Hello everybody, Alex here. Welcome to my finance and accounting education channel here on YouTube. I took a short break, but now I'm back with a new episode from my series of videos about finance and accounting education. We are going to talk about February 2022, so the month is already gone. We are already in March, and we can review what happened in the markets, and also I will disclose to you what happened with my portfolio. I have a lot of new ideas. I hope you will stay with me in March and in the following months, and I hope this will be entertaining. But before we jump right into talking about February 2022, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my channel, to hit the bell notification button, and you will never miss an update on my side. I will do them quite regularly from now on. Once again, on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays you should expect new and hopefully interesting videos from me. That being said, let's jump right in. So we have the roller coaster of February 2022. We spoke already about January, when the correction started to happen after the very good performance of mostly all the markets in 2021. 2022 didn't start very well, and the corrections are going further. I have warned you in a video which I did roughly in the middle of December that something like this might come. I'm linking the video right now. It was the economic outlook for 2022. So let's just say that if you were present on this channel and you followed my videos, you are not surprised by everything, all the developments and everything that's going on right now. What came as a surprise are the recent developments in Ukraine, and we will talk also extensively about that because there are several periods in this conflict which is still going on, and let's just say that the way the market reacted to all these periods and took this negative event, the war is always negative, into consideration was very surprising also for myself. But if we are looking at the global context, let's just say that many points which I stated for January are still valid. Just briefly going through them again. So the inflation numbers are still high throughout the world. Supply chain logistics problems still in place, so nothing changed in the meantime. Economic growth after the pandemic and the employment are not secured, so the let's say better employment numbers are not secured yet. Energy prices are growing. Even this war which started in Ukraine, in Europe, let's just say that it's going to drive the prices, but not only for energy, but everything that's using energy also up. The central banks are still expected to make some moves. They will start making some moves, especially in the United States. The European Central Bank is a little bit more cautious about it. The fears are that by raising the rates, the economic growth will slow down or even turn into a recession. This conflict, this war, will also not help very much. The sanctions which the Western countries have imposed on Russia is not going to help their economies either, so it's kind of like an assumed double hit. What's interesting is that the pandemic seems to no longer be a topic. It's no longer under spotlights, and we are seeing wide reopenings. All the rules are falling. The quarantine periods are reduced or even completely excluded. Masks are no longer used. No lockdowns, and so on and so forth. What's interesting about this war is that we had a long period in which we knew already from satellites that Russians have amassed large numbers of troops at the border of Ukraine, and nobody really believed that they were still going to attack, because it was out there. So it was like everybody in the world could have known that this war is about to start. There was no surprise about it, and it took such a long time, and apparently the Russians waited also till the Chinese Olympics were gone before they attacked on 24th of February, and we really thought that it's just a display of power, and they want to obtain something from the world and so on and so forth, or even from the Ukrainians themselves. And let's just say that it was never a topic when we were talking about the evolutions in the markets. I was looking in the news, everybody was still talking about inflation and logistics and supply chain troubles and this and that and unemployment, and the news about these troops amassing and the possibility of a real war were somewhere on the second, third page, and not really concerning the investors that much in order to make them somehow change their behavior in the market. But it started nevertheless. There are a lot of sanctions. There are worries about the European countries, most of the European countries and their economies, because several of them are dependent on gas and oil from Russia. There are also key components for semiconductors, and if you have followed this account, you know that I'm interested about the semiconductors. I'm making right now a video about the semiconductors because some of these rare gases which are used for manufacturing semiconductors are coming not only from Russia but also from Ukraine. So this would be the global context. Then in January I have had here let's say a short summary of groups of people that kind of are moving the market, that let's just say that the evolutions are not that surprising anymore, and the things have changed a little bit. So we have rallies when the markets, so days in which the markets are growing, like actually not the first day of the invasion, but the immediate day after the invasion, so on 25th of February. Then there are crashes because the markets are trying to figure out what's actually going on, what are the sanctions, how are the companies affected by the sanctions, which economies, which sectors, and so on and so forth. Or even these prolonged periods of minor losses or corrections. For example, it started at some point, and before the invasion, like the stock exchanges were going slowly down, but not very clearly why and so on. It was like just a tension of waiting to see what's happening. However, my feeling is that the volatility seems to be a bit reduced in comparison with January. So let's say that the sways are not that ample anymore. The market still remains unpredictable for everybody. We don't know if we hit a bottom yet. There is still room for corrections from my point of view. But however, let's just say that we don't care if we are long-term investors, and we are not really concerned about the let's say the panics or the rallies that some people are having or are generating in the market based on their feelings on the day basis and so on and so forth. We are here to invest in great companies. We are happy when the prices are down because we get to add to our portfolio from those companies or even new ones at a reduced price. And let's just say that still the amount of people which are doing this day trading and investing, getting their money out on a daily basis and things like this, it's way too much. I mean, I've seen that also Charlie Munger, the right hand of Warren Buffett, is also displeased by the fact that somehow the stock exchanges have gotten to be some sort of casinos. And yeah, I was actually hoping that many of those people will move to cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and so on and so forth, and somehow the investing activity will return to fundamentals, to long-term strategies, to thinking what's the worth of the company, and not to buying something today and selling it tomorrow and so on and so forth based on God knows what gut feelings they have, these guys, which are by no means long-term investors. This is what made possible the tumbling of Facebook shares with 25-30% based on basically nothing. And let's just say that Facebook or Meta is not such a small company, and you wouldn't expect the price to move that much in 1 or 2 days. Then what we had of course, everything was in red. S&P 500 minus 3.8%. Here you see the 24th, immediately after the day of the invasion, when the stocks went down, and then they started recovering. So it's you will see that basically for all the stock exchanges is the same. Dow Jones went down with 4.27%, industrial average. The same thing happened on 24th of February, and then it started to recover a little bit, but it was not doing very great also before. Then the NASDAQ also minus 4.14 in February. The same thing happened on the 24th, and then the recovery. DAX, the German index, minus 7.42, so a little bit more ample. This is because I told you that somehow the sanctions and what's happening is going to affect Europe a little bit more than United States, with the plunge on 24th and the recovery that followed till the end of the month. The same with FTSE 100, so this is the London Stock Exchange, but on the overall they dropped only by 1.03%. Same drop on 24th, recovery afterwards. And the CAC 40, the French Stock Exchange, minus 6.21, the drop on 24th of February and the recovery afterwards. In my portfolio, so let's say that I took a beating of minus 3.84, so at 3.88, which is the underlying development. I had to pay some tax. If you remember, I sold Allianz and BMW. I had to pay some commissions. I have added some more of one of my favorite companies because the prices were reduced and it was worth doing it. But let's just say that I am in line with the S&P 500 more or less. So I have what's called a beta of 1. I'm linking the video about beta, which means that I'm moving in the same directions as the market and roughly with the same amplitude, let's say so. Which also means that I'm basically, even though I don't have only companies from S&P 500, but it means that I'm acting as an index fund and following the market, which is okay. I did in 2021. I made more than all the possible indexes and combinations, and excluding exchange rate effects and so on and so forth. And let's just say that given the current conditions, this is not such a bad evolution. I just hope that this negative ones will stop at some point and we will go back to growth. In the meantime, I will just add from my favorite companies, or if I see something else which is very cheap and interesting to buy, I will do it. And let's just say that I'm by no means let's say scared or annoyed by this evolution. You need to stay in the stocks in order to benefit from the growth, but sometimes you will get also some punishment, and just as I have said in the December video, this was to be expected. That would be it for today. Thank you for your attention. Below this video you have links. You can create an eToro account and trade there without a commission or a fee. CFDs, which are mirroring the shares. And no matter how often you are trading, of course, not paying a commission or a fee is always a saving for you. Also below that link you have an Amazon wish list, which can help me improve the quality of my videos. That's also for you beneficial because you will get better videos from me. With this list contains hardware and software items, but let's just say that from the financial point of view, this is the most inconvenient for you. The easiest way remains to subscribe to my channel, to hit the bell notification button, and to never miss an update on my site. Also, if you like this video, do not forget to hit the like button, to comment if you have something to add to the topic, to share it with somebody that might be interested about what happened in February in the stock exchanges. And I hope you enjoyed the video from today, and I look forward to presenting to you with the next opportunity. Goodbye!